Let's go watch it in 2D. No, let's go watch it in 3D. But if we watch it in 3D, then is it worth the cost?
This place is...
The Mushroom Kingdom!
Hello.
Your brother is landed in the Darklands. They're under Bowser's control.
A mustachioed human has arrived in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Do you know him?
Do you think I know every human being with a mustache wearing an identical outfit with the letter of his first name on it? Because I don't.
Rated PG.
Hello, this is Adolf, and today I'm by myself, and I'm reviewing the Super Mario Brothers movie. As always, I'll talk about the 3D aspect first. So, actually before I get to the 3D aspect, I do want to have an editor's note. I want to give everyone listening that, just a nice little FYI. I grew up playing various Mario Super video games. My favorite 2D Mario was Mario World. My favorite 3D Mario is Super Mario Galaxy 2. When I was a kid, I watched the original live-action movie in theaters. I enjoyed the insanely wacky Super Show. I have played every single Super Mario mainline game and most of the RPGs. I have even dressed up as Mario on Halloween for many occasions. I freely disclosed this beforehand to help illustrate my potential bias. I have loved this franchise for years. Some people would say that I'm too close to the franchise to objectively review it. Look, those people are wrong, and I could say that confidently because when I was a child, about 9, I knew that the 1993 live-action Super Mario movie was a terrible movie when it released. Most children would think basically every movie's great, but that wasn't the case for me. I walked out of the theater and was like, this sucked. This is terrible. People were like, Adolf, what'd you think of the movie? You love Mario. I'm like, yeah, it was bad. I don't want to see that again. And it took me like 20 years, 30 years to watch it, again. So yeah, it's really bad. And look, even at that early age, I was able to divorce my fandom and critically think about movies. Therefore, I am 100% confident that this review will be fair and objective. Now, on to the 3D itself. Look, the Super Mario Bros. Movie looks very, very pretty in 3D. This is another stellar 3D presentation from Illumination. The movie uses 3D layers effectively to give the viewer some splendid 3D visuals. 3D looks natural, perfectly complements the visuals on the screen. The Super Mario Bros. Movie has many pop-out events, and they're pretty quick, but they work really well. Sadly, the depth is not as present, but it's there, but it's just underutilized. The movie has some darkly lit scenes that don't look ideal in 3D. Nintendo logo intro looks bad, like enough to I was like, ooh, let's look away. I was like, ugh. And there's another scene that turns off the 3D early in the movie. I was like, okay, at the end of the day, majority of the movie looks very, very nice. It has some issues, look. I can't deny that. The end credits are especially pleasant in 3D. Yeah, beautiful. Look, Nintendo has had a history with 3D. It goes back from, people say the Virtual Boy was first, but it wasn't. They had 3D NES games, and they played with the format in decades, and they know what they're doing. And Nintendo, the 3DS has some great 3D. So, and there's a great 3D Mario, the 3DS, and even the Virtual Boy Super Wario or Wario Land, game is looks really great in 3D. So Nintendo knows how to do 3D, so don't worry about it. Now, there's one really great scene. There's a scene where I'm not going to spoil the context of it, but the Mario and Luigi are running through the streets of New York City. This scene resembles a game, and it's fun, it's light, it's quick, and how it uses the 3D in this scene is very nice. If you don't see it in 3D, you won't notice it, but how they use the layers here just really makes it feel like an organic world. Like, this is actually a really well done animated New York City. I've never been to New York City, but it just has that lived in feel. There's some flying scenes with Mario that are dazzling. Maybe it's my theater, but I feel like the 3D could have looked better in several scenes. The depth, it was there, like I said, but I felt like it could have been more. It could have been like really gone deep. Look, my experience in 3D was probably an 8 out of 10 if I'd give it a score, but it could have and should have been a 10. Maybe it was a fault of the movie not living up to its potential, or maybe the theater I went to is flawed. I don't know. But overall, Super Mario Bros. Movie is a visual treat to watch in the third dimension, and I can highly recommend the 3D aspect of this movie. My final verdict of the 3D aspect is great 3D. Now, on to the movie itself. The Super Mario Bros. Are back in theaters, now with their own animated movie. Nintendo and Illumination have created something really special with this film, and it had me grinning from beginning to end. Super Mario Bros. Movie is a very entertaining movie. This is a goofy movie. It's a very basic plot, but I still found it to be very enjoyable. Mario and Luigi are accidentally transported to the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario is trying to find his brother Luigi. Bowser is conquering various lands, and Princess Peach is worried that her kingdom is next. The movie is fairly fast-paced, and it works well introducing the concepts and characters from the various video games. I was surprised how well implemented the various power-ups and game concepts are in the film. The Super Mario Bros. Movie is filled with Nintendo Easter eggs. Not just Mario, Nintendo. These references never slow down the movie. They're there. If you don't know what they're there, what's going on, don't matter. It's fan service done right. This movie is not directly aligned to one specific video game. So, if you haven't played in a while, you're good. It just kind of respects the lore of the entire franchise and is its own thing. So it introduces some new concepts too. There's going to be a lot of deep dives into this movie from Nintendo fans. And a lot of stuff that are in this movie that have never really been talked about before. So it's interesting. Now, what's really interesting is that Nintendo and Illumination were able to capture the magic of the video game in the cinema. I can't emphasize that enough. It didn't feel like I was playing a game, but it had the magic there. I don't know how to explain it. The movie has a mid-credits and a post-credits scene. Both are worth waiting for. The movie ends in a satisfying manner, and it had many unexpected twists and turns. The movie is not deep. Don't expect any sort of philosophy or politics in Super Mario Bros. Movie. Look, people are like, wondering, oh, is this going to be woke, or is this going to be something that, make me cry and, make me think? No, it's just fun. And not everything has to be super sad, depressing, and make you really wonder about the universe. It's okay to have a fun animated movie that is just fun.
Mamma mia!
The Super Mario Bros. Movie is well crafted, and overall, I very much enjoyed it, and I think the entire family will enjoy this. Don't worry if you haven't played a video game. It explains enough. If you haven't even played a video game or Mario game since the 1980s, you can still follow and enjoy this movie. The movie has a nice sense of humor, and it works well, but it's very subtle. Many times the movie was self-aware and pokes fun at itself, at the different games and different concepts here. But it's lovingly and respectful as it, pokes fun of the various absurd natures of the setting. Physical slapstick comedy is a big aspect of the movie, and it works. Most of the jokes are light and silly. One character, however, is very dark and lands some of the biggest laughs in the movie. The juxtaposition of this character's visual design and the dark things it says is hilarious. It is still family friendly. Don't worry about that. It's just whoa. They've done this before, not Nintendo or Illumination, but other studios have done this before, and it works here. I do wish the movie had more jokes because the laughs were there, but it was just kind of here and there, few and far between. Look, it's a funny adventure movie. It's not a comedy. Get that first in your mind. It's an adventure movie with some comedy, not a comedy movie with adventure. Now, this is one gorgeous animated movie. The art design is magnificent, and this is one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. And, probably one of the best ones I've seen in several years, if not a decade or so. The visuals are so bright, rich, and vivid. The detail and animation is truly excellent. Illumination has really outdone itself in this movie. It truly has a cinematic scope. It's way beyond anything we've seen in any previous Super Mario video game. I mean, I've played Super Mario Odyssey in HD, and this blows it out of the water. This is our first 4K Mario. Oh my god, I don't want to go back to the games. It looks so ugly now. Pixar, Disney, you gotta take some notes, because the Mario movie sets a new standard in computer-generated visuals. Seriously, I think art colleges will be talking about this movie for years, if not decades to come. so pretty, so gorgeous. And the soundtrack is also sublime. Most of the audio tracks are remastered remixes of the original games. But it fits, and it works how they do it. It's not exactly how you remember it. Look, the classic Koji Kondo melodies are back, but they just sound incredible. And they're remixed, and they're changed up, and it's immensely awesome. And I want to see this again, partially because the music's so gorgeous. I went to try to buy the soundtrack, and it's not available, and it's a shame. Because this is some gorgeous music. The best I ever heard from the Mario franchise. And I even heard fully orchestrated soundtracks and remixes, and this is truly another level. Movie has some pop culture songs mixed into the movie, which I was fearing, and, they're fine. They fit the scenes. They're not necessary. I think they could have been taken out, and nothing would have really been lost. It has some original songs. Original. And I don't want to ruin that. So, they're quite memorable. This is a feast for the ears, and you're going to be humming some of these songs as you exit the theater. This is memorable music. Great score. And finally, music and sound. How is the voice acting? Because this is an animated movie and voice acting is very important. And to be honest, I was very worried about watching this movie because Chris Pratt's performance. The trailers had the performance be very lackluster. I was not really excited. And actually seeing the movie, I'm happy to say it's pretty good. He really has a solid Italian accent without being too stereotypical. That being said, I do feel like Chris Pratt's performance is outshined by other people in the cast. Jack Black is absolutely fantastic as Bowser. Anna Taylor-Joy is great at Princess Peach. Charlie Day is delightful as Luigi. Keegan-Michael Key is excellent as Toad. Seth Rogen really excels at Donkey Kong. I was surprised how much I enjoyed Fred Armisen's performance as Cranky Kong. The rest of the cast are fine, and they all work well together. I was surprised how much I enjoyed the chemistry between Chris Pratt's Mario and Anna Taylor-Joy's Peach. I also really felt a brotherly bond between Chris Pratt's Mario and Charlie Day's Luigi. Jack Black's performance, again, is truly outstanding as Bowser. It is the best of the bunch. Look, the voice acting is really well done. I had no real problems or complaints with that. Look, the movie does have its flaws, though. I do have complaints. I definitely have some complaints here. The movie has a lot of plot holes. And when the film wraps, I was like, I have a lot of questions that need answers. But you gotta let some of this stuff go. Some story elements just fall a little bit too perfectly into place. The movie has way too many characters, and it's just kind of frivolous. And it's like, okay, why have these if you don't name them? And it just kind of, you could reduce a lot of the characters here. Main characters are really underdeveloped too. I do like them. I do like them. I want more comedy. It's too fast paced, too short. It just let the movie breathe. And nope, movie keeps going. And you don't have, the times it does try to breathe and give you some more backstory, it still goes by super fast. So it's not a perfect movie. But overall, I still very much enjoyed the vast majority of it. Look, I feel like this is a spectacular achievement in cinema. This is the first truly great movie based on a video game. Nintendo put his heart and soul into this movie, and it's way better than I expected it to be. Don't worry, Chris Pratt didn't ruin the movie. The Super Mario Bros. Movie has some issues, but overall it's a fantastic animated movie that the entire family can enjoy. My final verdict for the movie itself is going to be an 8 out of 10 and Editor's Choice Movie Award. It really is something special. That's going to be it for me. Bye.
Do the Mario swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario.
Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D, MK Ultra, Kevin Winter, Alex Folk, and Gravity Head Zero for your financial support on Patreon.com. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.